getting cozy because today I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to make your manifestation board actually work. Now, here is my manifestation board. As you can see, I have some things on here that it seems like haven't actually happened yet. I'm not throwing this away. I'm just making a new one, okay? I see myself having a skyrise, potentially in New York, maybe Miami, you know? This is me healing my relationship with food. This is me wanting to get my plaques for YouTube. Right here, this says I make $20,000 a month off of YouTube. This is my engagement going up 118%. So maybe going viral, something like that. And this is me stacking up my bread. Now, if you're seeing this, you're like,
your vision board doesn't actually work, girl. You don't have a high-rise apartment.
I don't have one yet, okay? Just because you make this, it's not gonna automatically happen the next day. But I will tell you that on my old vision board, a lot of the stuff did come to fruition. I had that I wanted AirPods, I wanted an iPad, and I wanted a fancy camera. And look at me, I have all of those. Also had that I wanted to be more connected to my dogs. I wanted my dogs to be happier. I wanted to be more fit. I just wanted to move more. And I am not somebody who likes to work out. Lifting weights in the gym sounds dumb to me, okay? But yoga, Pilates, that sounds sexy. A dance class, whatever. 222 on the timer. So anyways, and I did that. I started connecting with my dogs more. We go on a long walk all the time. Now that it's getting warmer, I can pick that back up. So with that being said, you have to actually do things that work for you. That's number one. Do things that actually work for you. If you're like, I will only be successful if I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and then I have a whole life before 7 o'clock. You know, I worked out, I walked the dogs, I ate the food, I did my whole morning routine. Now I'm ready to work. But you literally would rather eat dog than wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Why are you trying to force yourself to be somebody you don't want to be? I am just so curious. Because if you know you're gonna hate it, you think future you is doing all this shit that they hate? You think successful you, where you want to be you, is even a better you? No, it's the same you, babe. You don't have to change your whole entire life to do all these things. Let me just say, let's say you really genuinely want to be a morning person. Maybe you were a morning person, getting up at 6:30 every day for school ruined that, and then your parents never letting you sleep in ruined that, whatever, you're an adult now. Find something that works for you. If you want to be somebody who wakes up at, I don't know, a decent hour in the morning instead of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, start with like 10. Your alarm clock goes off at 10, you get up. Better yet, your alarm clock goes off at 10, you lay in bed for 15 minutes, and then the alarm goes off, and then you get up. And when you've been doing that for like a month, maybe try 9 o'clock and do the same thing. You have to make a plan that actually works for you. Next is, just because it hasn't happened in a day does not mean that it's not happening. Okay, you gotta keep the truth alive. You have to keep the truth alive. You know that it's coming. The second you put it on this vision board, you know it's coming. Let's talk about some things off this vision board that I've gotten already. I wanted to heal my relationship with food. I've seen a lot of people on TikTok hate when people talk about their issue with eating food, but I think it can connect us all. And if you are my age, if you are 26 and maybe in your 20s and you grew up like you were a teenager in the 2010s or 2009, that area, Tumblr was the thing to make girls insecure. Everybody had to be like paperclip thin in order to be sexy and trendy, and that's just not realistic. Okay, so I was struggling a lot with food, and then I gained happy weight once I first started dating my partner, which and then made me feel guilty because I was actually eating, and then it was like a whole cycle. But really, I just deserve to eat first and foremost, and I deserve to feel good about the food that I'm putting in my body. So this is a salad, this is some breakfast, it's like mini pancakes, and this is a turkey sandwich. And in reality, my biggest concern was just trying to eat again. I wasn't really focused on diet, I just wanted to eat without feeling guilty about eating, which is why I have this, and I do have that now. I eat whatever the fuck I want. Now, at this point in my journey, I am trying to maybe steer away from like eating so much meat. Maybe I'll eat meat like once a week, or I'll become a pescatarian, and then eventually when I get the call to, I will become vegetarian. And you know, it doesn't have to be part of your cycle, especially if you're on like a spiritual journey. You should be able to eat whatever the fuck you want. Just make sure it makes you feel good and you like what you're eating. So this is already starting to happen. At the bottom here, I have some spiritual friends that I really wanted. I really wanted people who were just self-aware on some sort of spiritual journey. You know, they had something that they wanted spiritually to attain and they were studying to do that. I have that. I actually got that, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after I put it on my vision board. And that was really exciting because I felt like I never had a close circle. Like down here, there's 4 girls, and this is Umi, if you know who she is. I love their music. I don't know what pronouns they use, so I'm just gonna use she, they. And she is with a whole group of women. Okay, that's what I want. I want a women's group of real women who are for women. And I'm talking about women who do not center their world around their relationships with men. I always find that it's not ever a... Oh, I see a deer. Oh my god, I see a deer. They blend in so well. That was a shadow at first. Okay, that's a beautiful sign. Sorry. Easily distracted by nature. I love the synchronicities that God wants to give you when you're like tuned in, turned on, and tapped in. Anyways, spiritual friends. If I find that if I am trying to have a friendship with a woman who centers her life around relationships with men, it just never seems to work out. They are normally the type of friends who abandon you for men, who put you down for men, who believe that they're feminist, but they're not. They're feminist until a man's in the room, and then they become misogynistic. And eventually I hope to have a women's circle here in Atlanta where I can do all of these beautiful things. Next on my vision board, something that I have is my self-care. She's taking a bubble bath, I think somewhere on a beach. Like, it looks like there's a pretty sunset right there. There's some trees, and it looks like the kind of shrubbery that prevents, here is so cute, that prevents the water from rising. And she's reading a book. That's the level of unbothered I hope to be. And then I get paid for being me. I have this, and your girly, that's me, Aunt, is actually selling her tea and clothes at her first vendor's market this upcoming Thursday. So some of these things I do already have. The point of the vision board is to be very clear and precise about your desires and then build on them. So if you're like, I want $1 million, okay, sure, put $1 million on there. But is there anything specific that you want to gain the $1 million from? The lottery, okay, you know, but I want to make $1 million from my own hands. I want to create videos. I want to sell my products. I want to create a space for healing. And there's this big misconception that if you are, oh, there's 2 deer. There's 3. You should see them pop their head out. You see that movement? That's a deer. You see the deer in the middle. I told you, bro. It's not lying. See, anyway, be intentional with your goal. If there's a specific way or a specific thing you want to create, put that on your vision board. So for me, when I start creating my extension of this board, I want to add a podcast. I want to add my tea business. I want to add more girls trips. I want to add connecting with more women. I want to add exploring my sexuality. If you need a reminder of some things you want, you can always put it in your journal. For me, I have New York a lot. I have it on my vision board, having a high-rise apartment in New York or Miami. I actually have both of them on my vision board because I see myself having like a luxury spot both places. I see myself having a luxury spot in like Miami for a few years and then New York for a few years or whichever way. And I do also have my IG popping off and my Pinterest popping off. I want to take more photos. I used to love doing that growing up. I just loved being in front of the camera. Why did I stop doing that? Because somewhere along the line somebody made me feel insecure about being my kind of beautiful. So I definitely want to get back into that. And look, I have hosting women's retreats. That, like, I just need to get back into it. So, like I said before, this year is really about making shit happen for me. And I see 222 on the counter. making shit happen for me. Whatever I'm doing this year is really going to like unfold a prosperity for the next couple of years in my life, and I know it and I feel it, and I know you feel it too in your own life because you are here watching this video. So after you are very specific about your goals, see right here I have my bath products and my tea products and another thing about healing my relationship with food. Then you're gonna want to go on Pinterest. This is like the most fun part, I think. And you can either do a visual, like making it on Pinterest, or using the app Landing, making yourself a vision board. Me, I like to physically have it printed out, obviously. I like to have myself a physical vision board, and you're just gonna go to Walgreens, print out your pictures that you found from Pinterest of your specifics that you want, aka your podcast, your dream car, you saving money for your dream car, your credit score going to 850, whatever it is. I don't know your life. It doesn't matter what goals and dreams you have. If you have
the patriarchy following,
I love it. If that's on your vision board, then be specific. And then you want to look at it every day. You're gonna hang it up somewhere that you see every single day. For me, it was right in front of my bed, 444. It was right in front of my bed. One of the most important things that I think you should do if you really, truly, genuinely want your vision board to work and you want it to work quickly, put affirmations on your vision board. For this one, I get paid for being me. And like I said, I'm going to my first market this upcoming Thursday. You want to see affirmations to remind yourself of your dreams and your goals and your visions. You want to say them daily. Have these affirmations right in front of you so that when you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing you see, you say them out loud, and then you want to enchant your vision board. You got a favorite perfume? Squirt, squirt on that vision board as you're saying the affirmations. Squirt yourself, because now you've connected the two, and when you're getting closer to your dreams every day. And if you want to see my perfume collection, let me know in the comments below. I will be sure to get that to you. But if you don't know what you want, just read your old journal.
Read your journal where you're like, I want this for my life. I want to be this kind of person.
The things that you have talked about you being grateful for, the things that you have realized that are your gifts. Like for me, creating is a gift. Creating is one of my gifts. Being of service to people is one of my gifts. Connecting with people, hearing them, really listening to who they are, listening to their soul. So when they're like, I don't know if I should do this, I can hear their soul being like, please, I want this so bad. Make money off your gifts, girly pop. And I know a lot of people think that if you are spiritual, you're not supposed to have any money. I don't know who's been teaching you all that, but spiritual people deserve to get paid. The fuck? Spiritual people are doing work. Imagine if when you were first going through your spiritual awakening, somebody was paying you like $30 an hour to go through your spiritual awakening. It'd be just a little bit more appealing, right? But you've already been through your spiritual awakening, and now the more you learn, the more you get to teach. Y'all hear that confirmation? And I see 333. Your dreams want you to have them. Your visions want you to have them. Your dream life is like, please show up for yourself and you can have it. So why aren't you showing up for yourself? You're gonna start giving me all these excuses in the comments. I don't care. Stop making excuses. It's really hard, and I get it. Sometimes when I talk to people out loud, I can hear myself like trying to make an excuse, but then it feels wrong. Like it feels like I don't want to be making this excuse. It just feels like the normal thing to do. It ain't nothing goddamn true. I don't know her. I do not know this negative ass energy that is trying to keep me safe. My ego, okay, I hear you. Thank you for wanting to. Thank you for wanting to see that. Thank you for wanting to keep me safe. But you know what? I need you to sit in there. I need you to relax, because I got it from you. My favorite self is showing up around. My favorite self is guiding me. My favorite self is leading me. My favorite self is putting me exactly where I need to be. And I said, so you need to know your vision board to really truly work. You need to be very specific about your goals. I don't think you ever work hard in order to have your dream life. I really don't. I think that if you think you have to work hard, you are constantly feeding the cycle of, I'm not working hard. I'm not going to get this thing because I don't think I've put in enough work. See all these bills going on? success. Like this year is your year. Whatever you do this year is going to set up you for failure or success the next 2 years of your life. And all I gotta say is that you can have everything you want, anything you want in your life, anything. And with the heart to know and the greatest of all good, it will be yours. I love you. Follow me here. This is where you see me. Or here. Here's my business tea page. And I hope to see you. Go make your dreams come true, babe.
Love you.